There is nothing more American than apple pie. It is one of the most popular and recognizable desserts in the world. Hi, my name is Jordan. I'm a producer here at Tasty, and today we're going to do something a little different. Recently, while thumbing through our new cookbook, I found this strange recipe for something called a mock apple pie. It contains no apples and uses simple crackers as a substitute, which begs the question, how can something without apples taste like apple pie? So today, I'm going to make this recipe and feed it to a few of my coworkers and see if they can spot the difference. I'm going to start by sifting 2 cups of flour with 2 teaspoons of sugar and 1 teaspoon of salt. Then I'm going to add 10 tablespoons of butter that I've cubed and chilled. I chilled the butter beforehand because it's really important to keep this cold. The heat from my hands should be enough to allow me to work the butter into the flour. I'm really just kind of pressing my fingers, working it together until it forms a nice sandy texture. I'm going to add 1/3 cup of cold water. As the water hydrates the flour, it'll develop a loose, lumpy texture that'll start to clump together on the fork. At this point, I'll turn the dough out and start to bring it together with my hands. Once the dough's come together into a nice mound, I'm going to cut it in half and form each of the halves into nice, round, half-inch discs. And I'm going to wrap those in cling film and put them in the fridge for an hour. While these pie crusts chill in the fridge, I'm going to move on to the filling. To start, we're going to make a simple syrup solution out of 1 3/4 cups of sugar with 2 teaspoons of cream of tartar added to it. And to that, we're going to pour over 1 1/2 cups of water. Once this mixture has come to a boil and the sugar is fully dissolved, I'm going to reduce the heat to low and let it simmer for about 15 minutes before taking it off the heat. Now I'm going to add the only other flavorings to the syrup: 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon and the zest and juice of 1 lemon. I know you can't smell this right now, but this combination of lemon juice, sugar, and cinnamon smells exactly like apple pie. If the pie tastes like this mixture smells, we are going to trick a lot of people. So while that's happening, I'm going to preheat my oven and begin to roll out my dough. It's important to rotate your dough as you roll it out. This will help you get a nice round shape that will encompass the diameter of whatever you're baking it in. We're going for a standard 9-inch pie dish, so I want my dough to be at least 1 inch or 2 larger than that on all sides. I'm going to use the rolling pin to pick it back up and lay it over the top. Next, I'm going to gently use my hands to press the dough into the bottom of the pie dish. Now we're on to the fun part. The recipe calls for 2 cups, or about 4 ounces, of coarsely broken buttery crackers. Now, in order to make this work and deceive my coworkers, I think I need to keep these in pretty large pieces. If they're too fine, I'm afraid the syrup will turn them into a thick paste that won't look anything like an apple pie on the inside. Once I've broken up all the crackers and added them to the pie crust, I'm going to dot the top with another 2 tablespoons of cubed butter, as you would any normal apple pie. Once I have my top crust on, I'm going to take that little bit of overhang and tuck it under itself while pressing it against the lip of the pie dish. Next, I'll use a fork to crimp the edge of the dough all the way around. As a finishing touch before putting the pie in the oven, I'm going to give it a light egg wash by beating 1 egg with 1 tablespoon of water and brushing it across the surface. And finally, to make sure the pie doesn't explode in the oven, I'm going to cut a small vent in the center to let the steam escape. After 35 minutes, I was left with this. From here, I can tell you it smells like an apple pie, it looks like an apple pie. I am really excited to see what my coworkers think when they have a slice of this.
Okay, so loving this crust, loving the, clean cut. Visually, it's on the mark.
And this looks fresh and definitely homemade.
You can see the layers of apple. They're like thinly sliced, which is great. Can I smell it first? Very suspicious.
I like it. I like that it's not as there aren't obvious chunks of apple in it, because that always grosses me out.
Okay, yeah, it's sweet, like you want it. The apples are perfectly mushy.
Cheers.
Oh, I like this.
There's definitely, you can taste the cinnamon and the, I don't know what, there's other elements of it that I'm not used to in apple pie.
It's good. The flavors are there.
But I would guess you use applesauce or something, some kind of a different apple would be my guess. Hold on, let me.
What? Oh my, no wonder I actually like this one. Oh my goodness, now I can kind of see that.
That's crazy. Because the flavor is there.
So there's no apples in this. So wait, hold on. Okay, what? Okay, hold on. So there's no apples, but it tastes a little bit like apples.
These
Wait,
are
what?
crackers? I'm so
So we're
confused.
not eating apple pie.
I actually like this way better than normal apple pie. But the one thing that now I realize is you can see the little like ridges of the crackers.
I have a really good childhood friend who's allergic to apples and couldn't eat any apple stuff. I would like get this cookbook to give to her and be like, here's your taste of America.
I think it compares to apple pie. Like, it's a pretty good replica. And I'm not gonna lie, the worst part about preparing a fruit pie like apple pie is when you have to get like your mandolin or your like slicer and start like peeling these apples and coring them and chopping them up. So this is like a much easier way to pull off an apple pie.
I feel like I should be like, oh, weird, but like, I want to keep eating it. I mean, it looked like a pie, smelled like a pie, tastes like a pie. I'm here for it.
I've been bamboozled, but I'm gonna eat it.
How dare you?
I will go on record and say that I thought this was apples, but if it's good, it's good. And if it's delicious, and it was. So I don't mind being deceived.
I'm down for this pie. I'm for it. I'm team mock.
If this is what the mock apple pie tastes like, I can't wait to try the actual apple pie in the cookbook. And so now I'm super curious.
This mock apple pie was a huge hit and a really fun experiment. Nearly everyone was fooled. If you want to try this recipe for yourself, make sure to check out our newest cookbook, Tasty Ultimate. It features dozens of never-before-seen recipes, tips, tricks, and recipe showdowns just like this one. Get your copy today by clicking the link below.